And we're back. So, we could use a review of our case. Very well. Let's see if we can bring you up to speed. Alright, do you remember why Big Luke called us to the future?
To stop the evil Professor Layton, right?
What exactly are we stopping my future self from doing?
Oh right, we want to stop him, or you, or from completing his time machine research.
Precisely, which is exactly why you and I are headed to Chinatown.
Oh yes, now it's all coming back to me. And then we failed to get into Chinatown. It was at that point you started talking about asking the inspector some questions.
Yes, but at that time I had no idea we'd be able to jump back into our own time to question him.
In that sense, it seems we got pretty lucky, huh?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It sounds like something isn't sitting right with you. Is something bothering you?
Indeed, and it's something we've come to investigate. Yeah, and we just about reach our stop. We'll run by my office, and then off to see the inspector. The wonderful Inspector of Oz. Chapter 5.
The Forgotten Case.
What does he need to get from his university area? Wow. From his office. It's been a long morning. I need you to stop by my office and check something. After that, we'll go find Inspector Chelmy.
There you are, Professor. See, you canceled your lecture again this week. Let me guess, you investigating another strange mystery?
Hello, Rosetta. Yes, something rather pressing came up. Holy shit! It's one of Layton's students. Never thought we'd meet one. I'll be sure to hold a makeup session later.
Oh, no worries, Mr. L. As long as I get my credits, I'm not sweating it.
Now, what kind of attitude is that to have, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you'll have to earn them. And as your paper is on the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your advisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your paper's shaped up.
I didn't mean to imply I wasn't interested in the work. I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together. Every girl has the privilege of receiving private instruction from the great Professor Layton.
What I mean to say is that you should check in during office hours.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor. I'll see you next week. I don't know what that girl's up to, but it can't be good, Professor!
No, it's very good. Nonsense, my boy. I'm sure it's all in your head.
You can't fool me. Did you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater. Whatever that means.
I love it! She was flirting with him. This is glorious. And Luke's like, no, keep her away from my professor. Oh dear. I love it.
Oh, hey, I think we've seen this guy before. Hey, aren't you the guard we bumped into at the demonstration? Why are you here?
Oh, as may you recall, last week's demonstration experienced a few hiccups. When the dust settled, management decided it would best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, excuse me, I don't believe I've been properly introduced myself yet. Please, sir, don't bother. Dean Delmona filled me in. It's an honor to meet you, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to stop by. Care to hear it?
Puzzle number 47, the Shady Trio. The puzzle's worth 40 picarets. Each member of a Shady Trio was dressed in red, white, and green. However, none of their outfits were the same. Here's what the witnesses say to them. The men wore the same colored jackets. Two of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. Tap Trio's clothes, change them. Alright, each member of Shady Trio is dressed in red, white, and green, however none of their outfits are the same. Happy, Danny! Well, it's good to hear that you're happy, Danny. Alright. You're a little too happy, Danny. What's up? I'm suspicious. Danny found more Persona 2! Two of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. Okay, so this is set in stone, and this is set in stone. men wore the same colored jackets, which means you probably wore red there, and you cannot be wearing... Actually, you probably wore this green. Means you wore this red, in theory. No, they can have the same. You found a Chibi Akichi keychain. Well done. Alright. Two of them have white pants on. So if you had white pants and you had white pants... No, you could... No. These two have to have white pants. Actually, I may have just stumbled upon my solution. Red, white, green, red, white, green, red, white, green.
That should do the trick.
Found the entire set of 8, including the secret rare Joker
as I
one.
suspected.
Wow. Nice, Danny. Smashing! For a shady trio, their clothes might be a bit too conspicuous. Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Those are the kind of puzzles I really like. Those are ones that I can, you know, make sense of. You're gonna have them as collector's items? Yeah, definitely, man. No, like, put them behind glass or something. That's freaking awesome. Entire keychain set of all of Persona 2 characters. It's amazing. When you entered, I assumed you were on painkillers with how much you were hyped about it, though. It's supposed against the rules to run university corridors. Urshel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello, sir. Didn't you receive my notice that I was on holiday? Oh, that? Yes, everything's in order here. Something else I need your help with. In that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance to you, sir. Lean in a bit, my boy. I'm about to ask you. Well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. The thing is, I have a puzzle I simply can't work through on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve the blasted thing. I can see how that might be quite vexing. Vexing is putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchild's puzzle. It's a rather serious issue for me, Herschel. It certainly sounds that way, sir. Yes. So I take it I count on you to help me work through the thing. But of course. That's fair, Danny. Alright, 48. 1 divided by 1,000. Puzzle's worth 25 picarets. Here are the some matchsticks that spell out 100 meters. 100 m. Move one of the matches into the garbage, so display length is about 1/1000th of the side. 100 meters? 1/1000th of that would be like... No. Yeah. Put it back then. Stop. Oh, I can rotate these sons of biscuits also. But I'm only moving them into the garbage. Now that counts as moving. So it's really just take one to the garbage. These ones tend to stump me pretty badly too.
Let's see if I've got this right.
10 centimeters.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Terrific. 100 meters becomes 10 centimeters. Oh, that's it! My granddaughter's going to flip when she hears how clever her granddad is.
I'm glad I could help you with your predicament, sir.
Likewise. By the way, Herschel, I have to ask you one more small favor.
Certainly.
Let's keep the fact that you helped me with the puzzle between me and the wall, shall we?
Of course. After all, you've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. It will be our secret.
Oh, perceptive as always. And about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course, my lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that, you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she was waiting for you.
I see.
Oh, you must be talking about Flora. Flora! Yay, Flora! Flora!
Hi there, Flora.
See you tomorrow, Danny.
You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
She's right, you know.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter? We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest. Really? Of course, we wouldn't have left you behind on purpose.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Of course not.
Yeah, there you go. A spare hat ready at all times. Man, look at all these artifacts. I mean, yeah, he's an archaeologist, but, I mean, wow. What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in stewing over it. You two must be awfully tired from all that running around. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it. Did you just make a promise to Flora?
I believe I may have. And unfortunately, this is one promise I fear I may have to break.
Professor, that's terrible! Not to mention very unlike you to go back on your word.
Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. Anyway, we need to finish our work here so we can find the inspector. We'd best move quickly.
I suppose you're right, Professor. Alright then, what are we looking for here?
Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow note sticking out of it. Do you think you can help me find it?
Alright, Professor, I'm on the case. If she had to move, it's probably here. Is this the notebook you were talking about?
Ah, yes, it is.
Let's see. Information concerning the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you put this notebook together, Professor?
I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed.
Whoa, you weren't kidding. Most of the pages have been torn out.
It's been a while since I opened it last. Let me see. At least the newspaper clippings are intact.
When exactly are these articles from, Professor?
I'll explain more on the bus. But for now, we need to get out of here before Flora returns.
Aww. Poor Flora. Voila! I thought you might be hungry, so I made a little cucumber set. Oh dear, where'd they go? She's going to be pissed. Let's run away now. Run away as fast as we can to Scotland Yard. About the notebook we picked up at your office, Professor. Exactly what explosion were you researching?
It all happened several years ago when you were very small. Two scientists working in a physics lab unwittingly caused an explosion during an experiment. The explosion devastated the surrounding area.
That must have been all over the news.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? However, though many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain.
What happened?
That's something I'm still trying to figure out for myself. But answer me this, Luke. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear of an explosion?
The explosion of Dr. Stungun's time machine, of course.
That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that the two incidents are connected.
Why's that?
Well, it's nothing more than a hunch, so I really can't say more right now.
Professor, this is our stop. Here we are at Scotland Yard.
There's no time to waste. We need to find the inspector. It's our old friend Big Ben. He is a personal friend of mine, you know, Luke.
I don't think you can be friends with buildings, Professor.
I think you do not understand what it means to be an archaeologist.
I'm not entirely sure you do either, Professor.
Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police. How may I be of service to you? We're here to see Inspector Chelmy. Would you please let him know we'd like to speak with him? Unfortunately, the inspector is incredibly busy right now. What's more, I have strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors. Number 50, a dangerous place. 20 pick rats. In recent years, the city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to the survey, there's one place in the city where the higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year. Where could it be? Circle the name of the place.
That should do the trick.
Cute game.
Just as I suspected.
That's right. There might be a lot of dangerous places, but the hospitals where injured and sick people gather throughout the year.
That's correct, alright. Tremendous work as usual, Professor Layton.
Oh, do you two know each other?
Of course. That is, I know the professor. How could any self-respecting puzzle nut not know the name Layton? I'm a huge fan. I assume the puzzle I just solved was one of your own design.
You got me there. I just couldn't pass up the chance to have the Professor Layton solve my puzzle. I'll call ahead to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just upstairs on the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Looking for more coins, looking for more coins.
Alright, let's head on up.
Oh, hey!
It's you! We were hoping for the inspector, but hey, hopefully you can help us too. Nothing like a cup of tea, just... I don't no idea what voice I've ever given Barton. Nothing like a cup of tea to soothe the jangled nerves. Good day, Barton. Good day to you, sir. Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here. I don't see him here either. I was led to believe he was here, in his office. Yes, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I too am puzzled by his sudden disappearance. Barton, I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. I just told you that I needed to pop downstairs to see the commissioner. Ah, yes, you did say that, sir. Use your ears, Constable. Never move up in the force if you don't learn to listen. Greetings, Inspector. Ah, apologies for not saying hello, Layton. What a surprise to see you here. Welcome to my humble office. Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. Intrusion. Intrusion. Why can't I say intrusion correctly? I heard that you're leading the investigation on the Prime Minister's disappearance. I am. And as it's you I'm speaking with, I'll be quite candid. The case has me completely baffled. Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you're here, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat. I was questioned the day of the incident, but maybe your chat will uncover some new theories.
Well, that's actually... They've got a pretty positive relationship going now. It used to be... Chelmy was pretty much just thought of Layton as a problem.
We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred. Yes, I certainly was. And you must believe, as I do, that there was no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not that quack stun gun, not his staff, and though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that not a single trace of the lot remains. What do you mean by that? What I mean is, we've canvassed the whole area and haven't found a thing related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, no shoes. Not even so much as a pocket watch or a ring. All we recovered from the scene was 10 tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. No people, though.
No, we're 8 of them, sir.
What? Did you say something just now, Constable?
There are 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished.
Oh, yes. According to eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. Our group consisted of stun gun, a handful of assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now, how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick.
Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive.
Huh? Young Luke, be a good lad and keep quiet, alright? The adults are having a serious conversation here. You're bored, why don't you go with Barton and go play in the hall? Inspector, I assure you, Luke isn't making this up. There's a very real possibility that Bill Hawks is alive. What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain, Layton. Before I do, I must ask you a favor first. And what would that be? Do you recall the explosion that occurred in the Polydimensional Research Institute 10 years ago? What did you say? I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident. You just might be onto something here, Layton. What do you know? Nothing at the moment, but I have a suspicion your current case and the old one are linked in some way. I'd like to help you, really I would, but those files are sealed and required top-level clearance. Even a high-ranking officer like myself would have trouble getting my hands on those. I see. I had hoped a man of your status might have the influence necessary to acquire those documents. Fortunately, it seems I may have hoped for too much. I'm sorry to have asked the impossible of you.
That's gonna get him nice and angry, and he's gonna want to do it now.
Wait just a moment, Layton. I might be able to get you access to the case file. Excellent. I would be extremely grateful for that. There's one thing, though. These documents don't come for free. I want to hear everything you know or suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts. Of course. Once I've seen documents, and I'm sure my theory is sound, every detail will be yours. Barton, head down to the archive room and find those old files. Tell them you're there on my orders.
Right away, sir.
Those files can't leave the archive, but you can read them here. Head downstairs past the lobby in the basement. Much appreciated, Inspector.
Alright, let's head down. Hello.
This place is a mess. Really hope none of these are extremely important case files, because no one would be able to find any of them.
Welcome to the archive. I've gathered all the files pertaining to the explosion.
Thank you, Barton. Your hard work has saved us considerable time.
Ew, these documents are all mildewy and covered in dust. These files are off limits for most people. You're the first to touch them in a long time.
I see. And why does your voice change every single time you talk, Bartley?
I have no idea, sir.
Hand some of those over and I'll help you look through them.
Where should we start?
I appreciate the offer, but I should handle these myself. They are top secret, after all.
Of course, I understand.
Oh my god!
Look at the other screen! Layton is gone! Luke is on his own with his parrot friend. It's a great opportunity to save the game and go everywhere else.
I'm kidding, of course. Wait just a bit longer, Luke. I'll finish up here soon.
You know, it seems like the inspector is always yelling at you. Don't you ever get tired of it?
It's not so bad.
Sure, he scolds me, but only when he has a good reason to, which is often, unfortunately.
Oh.
I've given up on a voice for Barton. I'm just going to make him talk like I do. I make a lot of mistakes, so I get yelled at a lot. He's always telling me I lack insight in cases and don't, pay attention. Which is completely understandable. I just get distracted and then I make mistakes. Aw, cheer up, Barton. Everyone makes mistakes. Heck, I make them all the time.
I goof up pretty bad sometimes.
Just the other day, I found myself in the most ridiculous predicament.
Puzzle number 51, park the car, 15 picarets.
You need to get your car to the parking lot spot marked by the flag in the middle of the grid below. As you can see, you can only enter the spot from one side. When you encounter an X, you must turn left or right. When you encounter an O, you must continue going straight. Also, your car is a bit of a clunker and can't go in reverse. Draw a line from your car to the parking lot. Alright, well, first things first, since there's an X there, obviously we can't approach from the side. So we either have to approach from here, or from here. If we approach from here, let's put arrows here. If we approach from here, we would have to do it from there, so that would have to go like that, and then that wouldn't work. So we can't approach from that way there. Boom, boom, da-da-da. We could go this way, this way, this way. This way, no. So this way, this way. This way. This way, this way, this way. This way, no. This way, no. Okay, so back up some. I like to work these types of problems backwards rather than forwards. For some reason, it helps my mind figure it out. No. No. It can't have been that. However, now I've gotten lost, so now it might be best just to go straight. We can't approach from that side at all, so we have to approach from this side. And we can't go that way, so we have to end up going this way. And we can't go left, so we have to go right here. Can't go left, so we have to go right. Have to go right. Can't go that way, so we have to go this way. Have to go this way. So the question is, do we go up or left from there? So let's start working this way. Can't go right because that would go that way, so we have to go this way. Means here. Means here. Okay, so we have our path. No, we don't. I goofed. No, I didn't. There we go.
Here's my answer.
Wait, what?
I guess it's back to the drawing board.
Darn it! I goofed. Alright, so it was left, continue, right, continue, left, right, right, continue, left, 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 right. How is that not correct? That's exactly it. What am I missing?
This one's as good as solved.
Did I draw it wrong?
I knew it!
I should have double checked. Nice driving. Yeah, you have to circle all the way around to get the parking lot to get to the space. Kind of annoying that you can't just pull straight in, huh? Wonderful work, Luke. I bet you never give the professor any cause to yell at you. Well, he's not really the yelling type. It's true that I never let a puzzle go unsolved. I've got a reputation to protect. Oh dear. I never considered the possibility that my goof-ups would harm the inspector's reputation. Don't worry, Barton. What's most important is you try your best. If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way. Luke, come here. I think I've found what we've come here for. What is it, Professor? That file yielded some very valuable information, Luke. What exactly did you find, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident the Prime Minister is still alive. However, the only way to save him is to travel to the other London, where he's being held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. Let's bring this discussion to the inspector. Yeah, how are we going to explain to the inspector that we traveled through time and that's how we found out that he's still alive? Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit? It did indeed. To start, allow me to a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation in the explosion at the Institute 10 years ago? Yes, I was there. Ages ago, it was. I remember I had just been promoted to assistant inspector. I see. And do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion? Let me think. It's coming back to me now. One man's name was Allen. Dmitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? It was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having difficulty remembering. Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember much about them?
The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed the neighboring apartment complex. One of the lab assistants perished in the explosion, as did several tenants in the building next door. Strangely enough, though, I think both the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very informative, Inspector. Good, because I've got a few questions for you now. How do you think the old case relates to my current one? This is just a theory. I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard. Do you mean he's being held captive in another country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe. I think Bill Hawks is being held captive in the future. If this is your idea of a joke, I'm not laughing. I can understand your skepticism. Thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be among the first to know. Come, Luke, let's be off. Oh, wait right here. Wait right there. We had a deal. Surely you got more from me than some far-fetched theory. Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Well, if you please excuse us. And their relationship goes back to hell. Well, he told him the truth. At least says he knows it. Now that we got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cog's waiting for us. Okay, Professor. Midland Road. I suppose we have to head back to the future London now, huh? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again? Yes. I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone. Of course not. I'll be right there with you. First on the agenda is heading to Chinatown to meet future Professor Layton, right? That's right. Now, if my guess is correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? Considering the warm welcome we received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything's possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of dangers await us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I let you face the danger all alone? Of course I'm going to! Alright. Chapter 6. Traveling Companions? Oh, that means Flora's gonna come along too. I like Flora. She's adorable. Sorry about that. Like I said, long morning. I didn't take my break time to stretch like I should have. Alright, what missions did you get yourselves into? Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No point playing innocent, boy. All Statue Scarfin knows more than you think. They might be slightly obscured, but I do have eyes, you know. And these eyes can see what the law's right on your trail. I don't follow. We're being followed by Inspector Shelmy, aren't we? Say no more, boy. Just know that I'm always on your side. If you call me, I come running. Oh, thanks, I guess. Well, we ought to be off for now, Luke. I have a feeling things are about to get interesting. Luke, do you remember the secret knock Big Luke used when he tried to enter the clock shop? Of course, not me, Professor. Come on in! Welcome back, Professor. Sorry to keep you waiting. Where's Cog, by the way? Oh, same place as always, in the back, tinkering with that clock. Tee-hoo! Off we go, then. Alright, we're ready for our quote-unquote time travel. Welcome back, you two. I take it you found the information you're after. We did. Hopefully Luke's not tired of waiting for us back in the future. Yes, we mustn't keep young sir waiting. Young sir? Hmm? Oh, did I just call Luke sir? Sorry, it's an old habit for being in the service industry. My mind's just not as sharp as it used to be, you know? I make mistakes like that often. Hi. Someone's at the door. You can't just force your way into private property. It's illegal. Not to mention ungentlemanly. Madam, I'm no gentleman. I'm an officer of the law, and I'm here on an important investigation. What's Inspector Chelmy doing here? You tailed us, didn't you, Inspector? Be that as it may, Spring is right. Forcing your way in is quite rude. Say what you will, Layton. The fact remains that our Prime Minister is missing. I have to crash a few parties to find him, and that's how it'll be. And I'll keep crashing him until you lay your cards on the table, Layton. All of them.
Can't believe you, Professor! You too, Luke! Flora? You two ran off and left me on my own again, after I made you those nice cucumber sandwiches!
Flora, please try to understand. We just didn't want to put you in a dangerous situation.
I don't buy it. The reason you won't take me along is because you think I'll get in the way. No, that's not it at all.
Flora, you have to understand. You could be put in harm's way. It's for your safety that I
don't know anyone else in this town. What am I supposed to do when you two run off? Stare at the wall? Oh, no, that's really fun. By really fun, I mean not fun at all. When you put it that way, I can see where you're coming from.
Now, Luke, listen here. You know, Layton, I think the girl has a point. Maybe leaving her behind out of concern. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean much if it upsets her so. Inspector, you two. Sorry to butt in, but we've got to keep the show on the road. We can't keep Luke waiting any longer. I have to start her up now. There are several people here who have nothing to do with the matter at hand. As far as I'm concerned, the more people we got, the merrier. That's ridiculous. I beg you to reconsider. Sorry, Professor. We've got to hold on. We've got to go. Hold on, everyone.
Why does he have to move on fast? There's something wrong here. There has to be a reason why he's making it go now. Why he can't wait. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna randomly theorize here. Obviously, no confirm deny. Underground railroad, maybe? Like the one we've seen before? I think something happens that makes us black out. We go through an underground railway. We get taken to some other town that looks like a future or London. And then we get popped back up and we don't remember anything in between. That sounds like a Layton thing. Time travel doesn't sound like a Layton thing.
Hold on. What for? Okay, end of the line. Everyone out!
See? End of the line. End of the line. That's something you say when people get on trains.
What in the world just happened?
Nah, dude, it's aliens. Oh, well, of course, if it's aliens.
Oh, my stomach's doing backflips again. What was all that? Step outside and see for yourself, Inspector. That should serve as sufficient explanation. I don't know what you're getting at, but fine. Barton, let's step outside.
Just a moment, sir. I'm feeling a touch queasy. Actually, make that quite queasy. Yes, all of a sudden I have a different voice again. I don't know what's going on either.
Pull yourself together, Constable. We're going out.
Please don't jostle me. I'm feeling a bit green. Are you okay, Flora?
It was a rather shaky trip.
I'll say, time travel really takes it out of you. I'm a bit dizzy. Oh no! Someone catch her! Oh god. Okay, Layton either isn't admitting he's queasy or isn't getting queasy. Inspector Chelmy isn't queasy. But Barton, Luke, and Flora are super queasy. It just feels like they're traveling somewhere. That feels like the difference. That feels like what they're doing. Oh. This game! It's like, I don't want to believe the time travel's happening. If this were any other game, if this were any other series, and they were like, oh, we're gonna have a time traveling plot, I'd be okay, that's fine, I'm on board, sure, time travel, let's do it. Layton game, though? Layton games have to make you question everything. They have to make you look really hard at the little changes. First game, I called the twist. I saw that twist coming. It still was great. I still loved it, but I called that twist well. Second game, I wasn't expecting them to go the route they did. I didn't call the twist, but it was still really interesting and sort of within the parameters of reality, sort of. This game, though, I don't know if they go further in the direction of weird extra reality shit, or if they go in the same direction they have been going of, this can sort of be explained and take place in the real world, if with a little cartoony changes kind of thing. don't know. And I'm loving it. Layton! What's all this? What happened to London?
We're still in London, Inspector. We've just been transported 10 years into the future.
But that's impossible, isn't it? Or is it possible, Layton?
One thing is for certain. We're no longer in the London we knew.
Well, there will be time for debate once the work is done. So when you recall you're saying something about the Prime Minister being trapped in the future, yes?
Yes. I'm by no means certain, but it remains a definite possibility.
Well then, what are we standing around here for? The hunt is on, Barton! We're off to find the Prime Minister.
You know, Inspector, we may have better luck tracking him down if we work together on this case.
That's enough from you, Layton. The fact remains that you're a civilian. I'll handle this on my own.
And that's more of the Inspector Chelmy I remember. Aren't you feeling any better, Barton? Yes. No. Yes. Where am I? We're in the future. This is London 10 years in the future, Barton. Oh my. Don't need to fret, Barton. Everything is fine. Don't worry about me, lad. The Inspector is here. You and your friends are safe. We'll be fine. Exactly. Alright, returning to the investigation. Where's the other Luke, Professor? Now that you mention it, we never decided on meeting place. Perhaps it's time to pay Shipley a visit. Of course! He can get us in touch with Big Luke. Should we head over to the arcade restaurant then? Hey! 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 Yeah, but look who's back. Mr. Starch and Scarfin?
The one and only. And who's your feathered friend there?
Oh, you mean Peridot?
Rock, nice to meet you,
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Bird. Say, seeing as how you're a dependable bunch, I've got a favor to ask. Lately I can't get enough mushrooms. Especially this one little red delicacy. That's where you come in. I'd like you to seek out one of those fungi and bring it around to me. Oh, delectable red mushroom. I haven't a clue where we can pick up one of those.
Rock, Peridot knows. Peridot will go grab it.
Yeah, that's the kind of can-do attitude I like, Bird. You're really up to the task. Peridot's no regular bird. It should be a stab for him. Hey, we have a new one. If Stotch and Scarfin is here, that's an even bigger problem. Help Peridot complete the quests. Yeah, more quests you fill. Complete enough quests, you'll start to find you hidden coins. Oh, cool.
Let's get this show on the road. Open the parrot minigame in the trunk and select my request. Come on, how hard could it be to get one measly mushroom? Hurry up with that fungus. Can't get enough of those little red mushrooms. Let's have to bring me one.
Parrot has generously volunteered service as delivery bird. If heavy items would take it hard to fly property. Wait, no, I've heard all this. Thank you. Thank you. I don't need this again.
Listen carefully now. Don't worry, it's not that hard. Why don't you bring me a toadstool? A lovely red toadstool, nice and shiny. Can you manage it?
Okay. We do that, that, and that. That might make it, but just in case it doesn't... Oh, I can't draw any more lines. Well, if that's the case, we'll do that and that. Yay!
I knew you were the fellow for the job. This is a perfect specimen.
Ah, specimen!
You just go on like that, and you'll become a fine delivery parrot. People will love you.
Ah, love me? Delivery! Delivery!
You earn this person's gratitude with your expert delivery skills. Alright. I'm gonna save up. Alright, let's head for the arcade, I suppose. First, any puzzles we missed?
Oi! Come by to dig into it.
Nope. We're doing a very good job making sure we find all the puzzles.
Oh, hello again, you two. Are you enjoying your visit to the big city? Oh, right, that's a woman. Sorry! Am I visiting here? I mean, I was born in this city. Sure you are. Whatever you say. What about yourself? Were you born in the city as well? I was born and raised in Cardiff. Wait, I remember this conversation. Never mind, I guess not. Speaking of movies, have you heard of this one? Puzzle number 55, picky moviegoers, worth 30 picarets. 6 moviegoers need to be seated at theater, and it's your job to find an arrangement that will satisfy all their requirements. I refuse to sit next to, behind, or in front of C. Next to, in front of, or behind are all bad. So if you were here, I could only put you here or here. I can't stand the front row, so B is either here, here, or here. I don't like the left or right seats, so C has to be in the middle. It's either there or there. Alright, let's mark C here, C here. I hate the back row and the left side, so D has to be here or here. I prefer being on the right side. E is here or here. F, anything but the front or left seats. So F is here or here. That actually gives me quite a bit of information. Alright, so if I put D here, E would have to be here, F would have to be here, and C would have to be there. So if I put D there, E has to be here, F would have to be here, C would have to be here, A would have to be here, B would have to be there. But he can't stand the front row, so I can't do this. This doesn't work. If that's the case, then we need to kind of rotate things. Means C has to be here. And if that is true, F has to be here. Means E has to be there and D has to be there. A has to be here. And B has to be there.
This one's as good as solved. Phew, that's a relief.
Blockbuster! The only 2 options for C are in the middle seat in either the front or the back row. When you work in the other requests, this is the only arrangement that makes everybody happy. Yes, that's all right. Enjoy the rest of your time in London, visitors. How many times do I have to tell you I'm from London? Whatever you say, little fellow. Enjoy your time in the big city. Ugh, I give up. Peridot got a delivery request, a flower for Adeline. We're gonna take care of that right now. Beauty like mine takes a lot of work, you know. There's still something missing, though. I bring me what I need to complement my outfit. That's extremely strange. So if we do that... we'll kind of bounce you up here, hopefully? Okay, that really didn't work. Oh, nope. That'll do it, though. That was a pretty easy one. What a wonderful scent. This is absolutely spot on, my feathered friend. Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful!
Well, so you can talk too. What a remarkable bird. Hoo-hoo.
Woohoo!
These are fun. I like them. They're kind of easy, but they're really fun. Alright. Still need to go to the restaurant. I just remembered something. What's that, Professor? We've neglected to explain the situation of Flora. You're right, it completely slipped my mind. No worries. I'm just happy to be along for the ride, and not, left behind as usual. Be that as it may, I think an explanation is in order. Let's stop by the hotel for a quick chat. Oh, okay, Professor. You don't have a new puzzle for me, do you? Who's that adorable girl you're with? Oh, you mean Flora? Ding-ding-ding, that's correct. She has a pretty name. You've got to introduce her to me. Who's this? Hi there. Are you one of Luke's friends? It's nice to meet you. Ding-ding-ding! Yep, Luke and I go way back. We're old pals. Anyway, have yourself a lovely day, Flora. Funny. I didn't realize you thought so much of me, Max. using Luke to get to Flora. I like this kid. Oh, man. Why the long face? Bostro just gave me an earful for loafing. Said a monkey could do a better job than me. Some leader, right? Really knows how to boost morale, doesn't he? Wait a sec. Why am I spilling family secrets to you? I'm not quite sure. Oh, think you're pretty smart getting me to open up like that. Let's see how smart you look after my puzzle stumps, you short pants. Number 31, False Memory. 20 picarettes. 3 people played Memory with 20 total cards of 10 pairs. Person A said, I matched 10 pairs in a row from the start. Person B said, I matched 9 pairs of a row from the start. Person C said, I matched 8 pairs in a row from the start. One person is a liar. Which one? 9. Because he would only have 2 cards left.
I knew it!
Very clever. B is lying. If you get the first 9 pairs in a row, you would automatically get the last pair. Wow, that dopey expression of yours really threw me off, kid. You're smarter than you look. You're an asshole.
Weather sure is nice today, don't you think?
Sure, it's not bad, I guess.
On days like this, I always make cookies. Thing is, I haven't been able to enjoy any of them because of the problem I'm having. You mind helping me with the conundrum? I'll give you some cookies for your trouble. Free cookies? Well, who am I to refuse someone in need?
Puzzle number 30, Cookie Conundrum. 30 picarettes. There are 15 cookies to share amongst a large group. The first person eats 1 cookie, then passes 2 equal portions of the leftover cookies to 2 other people. So there would be 14 left. 7 in each group. They both eat a cookie and then pass 2 equal portions of their remaining cookies to 2 other people, and so on until all the cookies are gone. It takes 1 minute to eat a cookie. Ignoring the time it takes to pass them, was a short amount of time that you could take to eat for all the cookies to be eaten. Alright, so you eat a cookie and pass 2 on. That means 7 and 7. Eat a cookie, so that's 6, so that's 3 and 3, and it's now taken 3 minutes once you eat these. So then 2 and 2. Oh wait, no, that's 3 and 3, and then 3 and 3. Four minutes. Well, that sort of looks like a 4, by some definitions. At least the game recognized it.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
Correct. The cookies will be gone in 4 minutes. Diagram above shows you can visualize the puzzle to solve your problem. Seems like it's the kind of thing that might be useful in real life, but it's not a situation that arises very often, is it?
Cookies always taste much better when you share them with somebody, don't you think?
Oh, no, completely.
Glad you think so.
Got a raincoat. A sticker for a raincoat, at least. Oh, hey, it's these two. These two are cool. Let's just let her sleep. It's Becky! I'm sorry, but only registered guests are permitted in that area. My name's Flora. I'm a guest of Professors and Luke's. Well, sort of. Anyway, what really happened is they followed them here because they ran off without me. They're always doing that, and to be honest, it really hurts my feelings, and... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up your time chattering so much. Flora, what on earth are you going on about?
Don't mind her, Becky. Flora can be a bit awkward around new people.
Oh, I would never pry into a guest's personal affairs. That's against hotel policy. I'll be off now. Have yourselves a pleasant day. I hope Becky doesn't look down on us for running out on Flora. What a charming room.
I'm glad you like it, Flora. We'll be sure to get you one of your very own later.
Oh, no need for that. I'm happy to stay in one with you two. Let's put up a screen. Luke, you're the smallest, so you can sleep on the chair over there. And I can take one of the beds, and Professor can take the other bed. That's ridiculous. I'm way too big to fold myself into a chair.
We can discuss this issue more later. For now, let's try to bring you up to speed, Flora.
Alright, so what's the skinny?
Right now, we are in a town that looks very much like London, but is fundamentally different. Make no mistake, this place is a far more dangerous place than our London.
How so? What he's trying to say is that we traveled through time, the London in 10 years in the future. What?
We are currently working with a young man who identifies himself as Luke. According to him, in the 10 years between this time and ours, I became a rather unsavory individual, which we will expand upon after we take a break. So get up, stretch, whatever you need to do to be able to maintain your gentlemanly or gentlewomanly stature. And we will be right back.